You know what bothers me? The man in the yellow hat. Unless I misread the Curious George books, it seems like this guy is supposed to be a sympathetic character, but he's actually terrible. Let's talk about exotic pets for a moment. I think there's probably a widespread consensus that keeping monkeys, tigers, crocodiles, and the like as companion animals is basically not that cool. For a variety of what you might think are self-evident reasons, wild animals are not well suited to the domestic human milieu. But there are always gonna be those people, your Mike Tysons, your Sonny Crockett's, who figure, hey, if it's not explicitly prohibited by law, then it must be a great idea. Our only hope is that these weirdos understand that if they're gonna keep exotic animals, which they shouldn't, but if they're gonna, they have a responsibility to at least make some basic accommodations for them. But not so our friend in the yellow hat. After capturing the titular curious monkey in Africa under legally ambiguous and ethically dubious circumstances, he just installs George in his apartment in the big city to live, not even taking the basic precautions you or I might in advance of a baby niece or nephew coming to visit for the afternoon, like, oh, I'm sure he'll thrive. He's not even a little bit worried about what kind of food or habitat or care a wild animal needs. I mean, Jesus, in the very first book, this juvenile monkey is given access to smoking tobacco. Yellow Hat Man's nonchalance about supervising George is the central feature of the Curious George book series, and somehow it's supposed to be charming. Like, they'll go to a baseball game, or the museum or something, and the dude will say, I'm gonna go take care of some vague business, George. Don't you go getting into any trouble. And then he just leaves. He leaves a monkey in a public place. He's insane. But we're supposed to just be like, oh, the friendly man in the yellow hat. Screw that. He's an irresponsible animal caretaker, he's probably a poacher, and the fault will be his when a full-grown, psychologically traumatized adult wild animal George inevitably mauls some kid. Then he can be the criminally negligent man in the yellow hat and orange jumpsuit. Now, okay, fine. I realize these are just children's books. The stories are made up, and they're from a different time. Despite that, they're still widely read and, I gotta assume, beloved by somebody. So if the fictional actions of this sociopath in the yellow hat have brought some amusement to kids, well then, maybe he bothers me more than he should.